Hi, my name is Adrian Varela, and today we'll be going over some useful steps on how to have a successful interview. Having already turned in your resume, the employer already knows who you are, but it's up to you now to bring those things on the paper to life and really sell your qualifications, talents, and most importantly, your personality and who you are as a person. When many of us think of a job interview, I feel a discomfort occurs to many of us. We begin to panic, get anxiety, and at times your nerves get the best of you. Though this is a normal reaction to have, the more prepared you are for your interview, the less of these feelings you will have. When getting a call for an interview, make sure to show your enthusiasm for getting an interview and make sure to get down all the needed information. This includes the date and time that the interview is scheduled for, the name and title of the person that you will be interviewing, and confirm the correct address of the location. Along with this, you want to ask if there is anything in particular that they would like you to bring with you, and always make sure to thank them and confirm the interview date and time. Now that you have your interview lined up, it's time to do your homework. You want to make sure that you understand what exactly the job position entails and what it is you're applying for. Make sure to look through the job description thoroughly so that you understand everything about the open position. Also, research the company's background. Go onto their website and read what they're all about. A question that is often asked during an interview is, what do you know about the company? So the more research that is done, the more confidence you'll have when answering this question. Next, practice answering commonly asked interview questions in order to prepare for potential answers. Interviews vary in what is asked depending on what the job is, but for the most part, a lot of questions come from your resume. Because of this, make sure to practice articulating some of your previous responsibilities. Think about specific examples and experiences that contributed to the molding of your career path. By thinking about those things, you will have an easier time thinking of examples when asked any time to elaborate further. On the day of the interview, it is important to dress well. This is their first time meeting you, and how you present yourself says a lot about the person you are. Make sure that what you decide to wear is appropriate, comfortable, and fits well. Men should wear a suit, and women can wear a dress, skirt, and blouse, or a suit as well. Dresses and skirts should be an appropriate length, heels an appropriate height, and jewelry should be minimal. Make sure to be punctual. One thing you never want to do is to keep an interviewer waiting. When going to a job interview, it is highly recommended that you arrive 15 minutes prior to the interview. By doing so, you show the company your professionalism and respect to their time. The extra time allows you to take a few minutes to gather yourself and your thoughts. Something we are all too familiar with is unexpected traffic delays and getting lost. By leaving your home and arriving early, you are able to compensate for these potential problems. Be prepared. Make sure to come to the interview with at least 3 copies of your resume, and make sure that they are printed on nice quality paper, are not folded or crinkled in any way. You should also bring any documentation needed and a notebook to take any notes during the interview or notes that you may have already prepared. Set a good first impression. Make sure that when you greet the interviewer, you greet them with confidence. Give a firm handshake, make good eye contact, and give a pleasant smile. Be respectful and let the interviewer know that you are thankful and pleased to have this opportunity. Next, remember to be professional and attentive. When asked to introduce yourself, make sure not to mention personal information such as age, marital status, and if you have children or not. That is not what they want to hear. Instead, talk about what you have done professionally and what led you to want to apply for this job. When answering your questions, answer them completely and concise. Make sure you're actually answering the question and not going off tangent. If needed, ask them to repeat the question or rephrase it. Take the time to think about your answer and pause briefly whenever felt necessary. This way, you're able to give proper answers and avoid saying anything unnecessary. You want to make sure that you are conscious of your tone and are using appropriate language as well. When an interview is coming to an end, the candidate is always asked if they have any questions, and often they tend to say no. That is not the right answer. In order to show your interest and possible knowledge of the company, you want to prepare questions ahead of time. Not only is this a time for you to clear things up with them, but it's also an opportunity for you to see if the company is the right place for you. Lastly is making sure to follow up. End the interview with a thank you, reiterate to the interviewer your interest in the position, and leave by saying that you look forward to hearing back from them and the next step in the process. Then follow up in a personal thank you note or email restating your interest. I hope that you learned a lot through this video and wish you all the best of luck in your future interviews.